see. Do a little dance, dance. I know you dance, dance, dance. Let's see. Shalom. Okay. All right. Shalom. Shalom. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and safety and much blessings to the Yakim that's pushing this truth out the four corners of the earth and all truth and sincerity and in diligence. Shalom. All right. The topic of this lesson here is vintage is failing. Right? The vintage, all right, is failing, which really is going to, in a major way, affect women and children. All right, now I have this article queued up, right? I have this article here queued up right here. See, uh, I actually did, I did a lesson on this already. All right, I did a lesson on this already, but the reason why it has come back up because us men of the Lord, as we're watchmen, we get these things and hear these things first, before society, because society is only worried about the new Jordans that's come out, the television show baddies, and where's the next party, and what I'm saying, where's the next turn up, being relevant, in society, social media, they all cut up in really a lot of things that doesn't matter. But this is the article I went to research for it. I'm gonna just read the title real quick. It says Trump administration is working on a plan for time limits on rental aid. Now, this is why this has came up again, because this right here, this was sent to me. This was sent to me. Hey man, what's up? Let's see. That's not it. Where is it at? Do a little dance. Dang. Where is that, man? I just had it up here. I'm going to get it because it's right there. Oh, look, it's right here. Oh, no, it's not. Wait. All right, look, you see it? I don't know if you can see this. Man, come on, man. Exit full screen. Okay. Lord willing, you can see this. Let me see if you can. All right. There it is. Let me see. Okay, here it is. You see, now this is the reason why this has came back up, because this was sent to me and asked, "Did you see this? Did you see this?" All right, but we already knew about this. Now I'm gonna read this. Now this is going back to that I think Donald Trump, he made it's called the Big Beautiful Bill. Y'all all going back to this. Now I'm gonna read this. This says big update. A process for removing lifelong Section 8 housing recipients has been drafted. People will not be allowed to get Section 8 for more than 2 years. See, we knew this already. But now, as people are starting to hear and know about it now, and you got these women in panic mode, which is beautiful. Because I know some women that's been on Section 8 for a long time. Look what it says. October 2025. This October is when they will is when they're supposed to be doing the budget for 2026. I went and looked that up. That is true. These rules will be sent to the states. The states will then notify tenants who have been on Section 8 for longer than 2 years. So if you've been on Section 8, according to this here, this budget, this go through, Okay, this go through, this budget go through, and this is the rule here. This is the bill that they're passing. The states will then notify tenants who have been on Section 8 for longer than 2 years. Now, what group of people been on Section 8 for, what majority of group of people been on Section 8? These women, these women that the government has been housing them, feeding them, setting them up, putting them up for all these years. And they trusted in the government. They have trusted in the fruit, right? That I'm gonna just so to speak, the fruit that the serpent has given them. They have leaned towards this devil, right? They have took a cover that is not of the Lord from this devil, all for the sake of independency, right? But now, Esau is showing you how much, will show you how much that you know you can't trust him. You see, and that's where y'all fell short at. Let's get this. That is beautiful. See, and this is just. Have you seen this? Is this true? Yeah, it's true. Is it? Is it? No, is it Ecclesiastes 2 or is it 12? This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So you're supposed to never trust thine enemy, bro. Never trust thine enemy. But y'all have. You women have trusted in this devil. And now look at this. Look at this. You've been getting you've been getting for so long, you've been getting housing to where you have $112 rent, $62 rent, uh 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 $14 rent, man. Okay? Because of this government, right? The states will then notify tenants who have been on Section 8 for longer than 2 years. They'll notify you and give you 60 to 90 days, making you aware that the program would end for you in 60 to 90 days. 60 versus 90-day notice will depend on the state. So now you're going to have 60 to 90 days, 2 to 3 months to find you a crib where you can afford to live. This is what's happening. This is a all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Because the day of reckoning is here, man. Right? Public Housing Authority representatives will be making contact with the people who are currently on Section 8, beginning with who have been on the program the longest. Yes. Section 8 will no longer be a lifestyle passed down from generation to generation. See what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So if you've been on Section 8 for a long time, well, anyway, if you've been on Section 8 for longer than 2 years, you about to get dealt with. And the people that's been on Section 8 for the longest, right? You're going to be dealt with first. Like, again, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, man. Because you still sitting up here blind. Now, here's the problem with that. These women has given all their trust to this system that they felt when they was going to ride the fuck out. They get housing. They able to say they had these jobs. They get housing. They work. They do have. Why he said she do have babysit and sell drugs at the same damn house. They've leaned on the government, and now the government is taking it from you. You disrespected your baby ass daddies and did all of this and dealt with multiple men on your baby, because that's the first person that the baby mamas are gonna call, the baby daddy. You gotta do something about. We ain't gotta do shit. We ain't gotta do nothing. So we about to really see if it's about the kid, or because a lot of women uses their children as weapons. They use the children as weapons. So now that vintage that Esau has given you, right? Because you've had a child and registered with the system, and you've leaned on him. Now he's taking it away. Let's get that scripture. Let's get that. Let's get that. Isaiah 32 and uh 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. It, it says, give ear unto my speech. Rise ye up, ye women that are at ease. You are at ease because you think you don't need a man. You are at ease because you think you can go around the Lord. You think you can go around order. You are at ease because Babylon has given you this false sense of security. You are at ease because you think that the Lord is dealing with you in your own dumbass sick way, man. Right? Yeah, rise you up, you women at ease. And you women that ain't on Section 8 that got jobs, got something for you too, right? I got something for you too. So I pulled something up here. See, it's an attack. See, you women are about to understand that you are the true liability. And this false sense of value that you think you have, that you were born with, you really ain't worth shit. Okay? You about to find out. Okay? Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. So this vintage, the food stamps, the housing assistance, the child care, all that is failing. All that is not in the budget for the USA, right? Especially, hey, they attacking the EBT, right? They just say, matter of fact, I looked it up on the chat GBT. I looked it up on the chat GBT, what it says. This is what it says. I asked chat GBT, I say, with the new EBT SNAP restriction on junk food, what does the government classify as junk food that is not eligible to purchase? So it says, uh, what's changing? What's changing? It says as of 2025, several states have received federal waivers to restrict the purchase of certain low nutritional foods, drinks using SNAP benefits. Right? Uh, the initiative aligns with the so-called "Make America Healthy Again." See, Donald Trump know what he's doing, boy. You see? So here it is. It says, states with approved waivers as of August 2025. Earlier approvals was Arkansas, Idaho, India, Iowa, Nebraska, Utah. New approvals announced in August 2025, Florida, Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Colorado, West Virginia. So you just get ready. All you women that has been sitting on the system and riding the system, thinking that this system was going to last forever, you're really about to find out what it is. See, my jackass baby mama, I got a baby mama that's not on. She was on housing assistance and food stamps. She used to always talk shit about the food. That ain't really. She was getting like $900, and you know. But she was determined to like I want to have a career. But she was determined, so she would get like it went from 900 to whatever number it was. Let's just use $500. She would say $500 of food stamps ain't nothing. $500 food stamps ain't nothing. But man, that's $500. That's something. See, that goes to show you how women ain't grateful at all for nothing. Even though we don't depend on it, we don't. There has never been anything that the man has taken a great hold to. It's been something that we look forward to because it was all typically the man don't end up with the child, right? Because that's how it always went. That's how they was able to get these benefits is through your seed. That's really your seed. They make it like, hey, this is the woman's child. You know what I mean? That's how they used to do it. I mean, that's how they still do it. Anyway, so now, this system, it's crumbling. But she would like going back to the point, she would act like it ain't nothing. So she just texted me the other day and she was like, I hate spending because they cut her ass off because now she got a little good ass like a good job now. You know what I mean? But now she stepped in a different playing field. Now she don't get food stamps no more. Now she don't get housing assistance no more. So now she texted my phone the other day talking about I hate spending real money on food. And only thing I told her was, told you. You see? And but it don't affect me because hey, I ain't had the benefits of that shit forever. I ain't really had the benefits of that ever unless she want to give me some food stamps. But now these women are feeling the squeeze and and the pain of the system that they trusted in failing their ass, man. They are feeling it, and we told them. We told them. You see? So look, I'm gonna keep reading. It says, "What exactly is being banned? Common prohibited items across the states are sodas, soft drinks. So all you women that like to buy sodas and shit like that, the carbonated beverages and shit, right? Is being banned. Candy, hard candy, chocolate bars, gum, and other confections. It says energy drinks, prepared desserts like packaged cakes, your little Debbie cakes that you like to eat, that you feed Tyrone when he come there and bust you up and in front of your son that's in the front room. Yeah, all that's gonna be gone. Or cookies, okay? It says fruit and vegetable drinks, chips, cookies, frozen convenient meals. Huh? Yeah. So things like that. That's all being done away with, right? With this ban. So, like I said, the vintage is failing. So that's the attack on the EBT, you know. And like I said, the reason why I'm bringing this out because this here came to me today. Did you see this? So you're gonna have if you've been on Section 8 for 2 years, longer than 2 years, you're going to be you're gonna have 60 to 90 days to get the hell out and go. You got it's like they said, this is not a lifestyle. So you're gonna have to go find a job because most women they had them old jobs that they really they worked enough just to maintain their benefits that they get, and they really don't know how to do anything, right? Trying to go get jobs where jobs are laying people off. You see? So you really don't have no skill, you just really just been existing and just been having kids and really don't know how to do nothing, you know? So you're gonna have and then fucking rent is high as hell. So you're gonna have to go find a job to maintain your rent, your food, your car insurance, your phone bill. You're gonna have to go find a job to maintain. Welcome to being an adult, right? Welcome to the world we've been living in since we came out the womb, man. Well, since we've been adults as men. Now you're gonna really feel the squeeze. Now you're gonna really feel what we've been talking about. You see? Now you see this? You see this? Now, how fucking ironic is it? All these people are gonna lose these benefits and houses, right? Nowhere to live, right? Which creates homelessness. And Donald Trump is on a campaign of to the of coming down on the homeless. His campaign is going to, like, and I'm using the word campaign, so to speak, homelessness in DC, which is going to trickle down to all these other different states. Look at this, you know. So these people, like, you ain't got nowhere to go. Well, we gonna put your ass up somewhere. Concentration camps, man. So you women and you children are going to be liabilities. You women that are not in the courts of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you are going to be dealt with by the system that you trusted in. But now look what's coming into play. What's gonna come into play? Huh? What's gonna come into play whenever you don't get the goodies and benefits that you once trusted in? So let's tell them, Mark. This is Isaiah 4 and 1. In that day shall 7 women take hold to one man. Dang, huh? So, because it's gonna be bad. You're not gonna have nowhere to live. You're not gonna be able to feed yourself. And then this is where it's gonna come into play. Where this autistic ass way of thinking, how women would tell you, well, I come with my kids and all XYZ. Man, ain't no man of the Lord gonna want to really be dealing with no woman. It's gonna have to be the spirit of the Lord to be on that man to deal with that woman with children. This is what the reality gonna be. You see, this is what true reality is gonna be, right? Ain't no man of the Lord gonna be want to deal with some kids that ain't his, that he gotta feed and shit like that, man. In the times that we coming in, famine, right? And food gonna be really scarce. You see, things are gonna be horrible. You're not gonna be able to work, you know. We're gonna have to solely depend on the Lord. And when things get that bad, look how things are getting now. Attacking on EBT. Look at it. You're not going to be able to buy the junk food that you once get. You're not going to be able to buy certain things. So then you're going to have to use money. You're going to have to use real money. Then you're not going to have nowhere to live. So Isaiah 4:1, in that day shall 7 women take hold to one man, saying, we will eat of our own bread and wear of our own apparel. Just let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So you're gonna have women that's, well, I'm never gonna, like, I'm not sharing my man. Bitch, you gonna share your man. You gonna learn how to share, man. You're not gonna care about the things that's going on around you. You're not gonna care about, not Salaki. You're not gonna care about your man dealing with another woman because of all the turmoil and hell that's going on around you, right? You're not gonna care about all that. You're not gonna feel all that, like, well, he gotta be for me and only deal with me. No, you're not gonna care about that. You're gonna care about your life. And you're gonna know who the men of the Lord is, because scripture says, then shall they know who my chosen is, man. But a lot of you women, a lot of you women gonna be trotted down like the mile of the street. And I'm gonna grab that precept, but let me get this first. Let me get this. So what I did was ask Chat GBT again. I asked them this. I said, like, then this is going towards, like I said, the vintage is felon. Not just for you women, that's on SNAP and housing assistance. You women that got jobs that think that you straight, you gonna be straight, or I can still provide. Oh, this is happening to them. No. Understand. This is the tribulation shall come upon the whole world, right? Check this out. I typed in the Chat GBT. It says the common fields. I say, what is the typical African American woman job? It says, I can share what the data say about common fields of work where many Black women are employed in the U.S. What's the first one? Healthcare and social services, nursing assistants, home health aides, medical support staff, social workers, education, teachers, child care workers, school support staff, retail customer service, sales cashier, call center representative, administrative office support, clerical work, secretaries, receptionists, food service, cook service, fast food workers, government and public sectors, postal service, city jobs, military service. Okay. So what's the significance in that? The significance is that AI is coming for your jobs. AI is coming for your jobs. You see? AI is gonna take over the nursing assistants, the home health aides, the medical support staff, the education, the office support, the food, industry. AI is gonna take over all of that, right? And what's going to take place? In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat of our own bread, wear of our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. But then you got to think about all the shit you just said out your mouth to the man that you felt that you would think in your mind that could protect you from said, dangers and perils. You gotta think about what man you gonna turn to with all the shit you done said, all the shit you done to him, right? Like I say, a lot of you women gonna be dealt with, bruh. A lot of you women gonna be dealt with. So like gonna be dealt with in a really, really harsh way, man. What that is, Micah 7:10. It says, and she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, where's the Lord thy power? Now, women are like, I ain't never said that. You say it through your actions. when you deal with the men of the Lord in a harsh way, when you open your fucking mouth and run your mouth like how you're not supposed to, or even if you ain't, even if it ain't towards the man of the Lord, it's how you dealt with men, in as a whole, how America has given you this you better not fuck with me, I'm gonna call 911 type of deal, bro. If women couldn't call 911, they would a hell of a lot more women would be in order. You see? Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me. So these women are going to be very shamed, right? He'll be looking real dumb. Like that look that your kid get on his face whenever you tell them not to do something, the reason why you tell them not to do it, but then they do it anyway, and then they look fucking stupid. Where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down as the mire in the street. So a lot of you women gonna be getting raped, passed around, taken from your kids. Your kids be, listen, bro, this is the reality, bro. Kids gonna be taken by strangers, probably cut up and cooked. All these different things are gonna happen, bro, because the scripture says it. This is gonna be what we call, according to Jeremiah the 30th chapter, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So you women, it has done, by your words you shall be condemned, and by your words you shall be justified. There's a lot of things that you just said that the Lord, and then you gotta look at it like this. Some things that you just said that, okay, maybe that man will forgive you, but the Lord like, nah. I heard shit that you don't know that she just said, brother. So nah, she got to feel this. He can want to deal with you all day, but the Lord will feel like, nah, she ain't worthy. And get your ass out of there. So the vintage is failing as we can see it. All right. The parable of the fig tree, hey, it is here. Okay. We see it, you know. So Jacob's trouble is gonna be very, very, very gruesome, bro. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna end off on this. This is Ezekiel 9, verse 4. It says, "And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the forehead of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in mine heart, Go ye after through the city, and Jerusalem is a people before it's a place." Salakia, I'm doing a disservice. Let me read verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. Talking about, the nation of Israel, right? Okay, because we are people before a place. And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry. That mark goes into that mark of exemption. Okay, that sigh and cry for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Only the elect is sigh and crying for the abominations that's done, right? For seeing alphabet boys in leadership positions. There's, alphabet women that's teachers, and walk around with these crazy ass weird haircuts, and how, you really, you sew in much work, but you don't make much money. You taxed on everything. Your woman ruling over you. You can barely enjoy your children. Your women always talking shit, and just all this self-entitlement, bro. This unaccountable, culture here in America. Men sigh and cry about that. Righteous men. It says, and to the others he said in my hearing. So he said, set a mark of exemption on these men that sigh and cry, right? But he says, and to the others he said in my heart, go after him through go ye after him through the city and smite, right? Let not your eye spare, neither have pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids, little children, and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they begin at the ancient men which were before the house. So it say slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. So the judgment of the Lord is gonna be great, bro, especially for you women, because women outnumber men, maybe 7 or 9 to 1. Okay, so it's gonna be a lot of women that's gonna be put to death. It's gonna be a lot of children that's gonna be put to death, bro, because you trusted in this devil. You raise these, you got all these women that trusted in this devil and took his, his goodies, if so to speak, that he handed out. And now you got these emotional ass women raising these children to grow up to be emotional. And now they either emotional and doing crash out shit, or they turn into alphabet boys, right? They'll raise their daughters to be just like them whores. Nobody understand me. All this, hey, shit. Statistics prove that the a single mother raising any child, they're more likely to turn out worse than a man raising them, you know? So it's about to be a great judgment. The vintage is failing. EB is an attack on the EBT. You can't buy certain foods beginning I believe in 2026, you're not gonna be able to buy certain foods with it. And then in 2026, I'm gonna read it again just so it can be on your mind. It says a big update, a process for removing lifelong Section 8 housing recipients has been drafted. Right? People will not be allowed to get Section 8 for more than 2 years. October 25 is when they're supposed to be doing the budget for 2026. These rules will be sent to the states. The states will then notify tenants who have been on Section 8 for longer than 2 years. They'll notify you and give you 60 to 90 days, making you aware that the program would end for you in 60 or to 90 days, right? Let me jump down. It says public housing authority representative will be making contact with the people who are currently on Section 8, beginning with who have been on the program the longest. And hey, bro, that's music to our ears, bro. We don't look to the government to take care of us, bro. You know, it's the Lord that been taking care of us. The Lord that been sustaining us, really. You know, we've been, of course, He had us over here because the Scripture says we would be in the place, right? The place where we would be nourished. Okay, but you people, a lot of you women, you trust in this devil, man. You lean on this devil, and shit, this is about this is what the fruits of leaning on this devil going to produce. This is what he produced. This is the fruits that he produced. It's going to be taken from you, and you ain't gonna know what to do. You want to go resort back to that man that you disrespected and shamed in front of the because a lot of women do it. A lot of women, so like a lot of women are going on the internet and talk bad about their baby daddy. But now you're gonna have to eat that shit. When you can't get food stamps and housing assistance, a lot of the women that's on that, the AI finna cut a lot of you women that ain't on that jobs. You about to see. So man, this is what it is. We are at the end, you know. So Lord willing, you are edified. Shalom.